Today on Rick's Reloading Bench, I'm going to show you how to reload for the 458 Lott. Now, so you get an idea, a comparison of the size, this is a 223, this is a 308, and this is a 458 Lott. Now, the 458 Lott was a Wildcat cartridge that Jack Lott back in the 50s came up with. He had an unpleasant experience with a Cape Buffalo on a trip, and so he went ahead and came up with a 458 Lott. It was named after him. And this particular round will be around a little over 2,000 feet per second, and it has a 500 grain bullet in it, which for you math people is a slightly over an ounce. So an ounce of lead traveling a little over 2,000 feet per second. This cartridge will take out anything that walks on the face of this planet. Okay? Now, I'm not a hunter, and I don't necessarily believe in shooting four-legged creatures, but it's a hoot to shoot. I mean, come on, you know, you have a great time with it. I can reload this for $1 a round. And you don't have to worry about going through too many rounds, because when you go out to the range, your shoulder will let you know when you've had enough. And that's usually 5 or 6 rounds. With this, you can vaporize a lemon at 20 yards. To where there's nothing left except a moist fragrance, or at 50 yards with a watermelon, you can explode the watermelon literally into bite-sized pieces, and that's fun. I mean, it's just it's a good round to play around with. I mean, 22s are on one end, the 458s on the other end. And you got to have fun. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through how to reload for the 458 Lott, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you. Alright, we've got our sizing decapping die in place. Now we'll take the casing, put on some of my homemade case lube. Put that in there. And we'll take this sizing die out. Put the flaring die in so that we can flare the end of it just enough so that we can seat the bullet without any problem. And then we'll go ahead and uniform the primer pocket. Alright, now we're ready to go ahead and put the primer in. Alright, now we're ready to go ahead and put the primer in. We're using a large rifle magnum primer. Do not use anything other than large rifle magnum. And there you can see that we have the primer inserted. So now we're ready to throw a charge. Alright, we've got our scale set at 72 grains. We've thrown a charge of IMR 3031 powder into the pan. Set the pan on here. We'll see how she looks. All right, that looks good. Take the funnel, set it over the casing, and we'll go ahead and we'll put in the powder. Make sure that she feeds all the way in completely. Okay, good. Now we're ready to do the final stage, seating the bullet. All right, we've got our seating die in. We will now take the primed and charged casing, set it in here. The bullet that we're using is a Hornady 45 caliber, 0.458 inch diameter, 500 grain, interlocking round nose bullet. Okay, we'll slowly feed that in there. And you want to make sure that you've got a good solid crimp all the way around. Now you can see how far that bullet goes into the casing, okay? But now on this crimp you can see there's a little bit of a bevel at the end of the casing here that where it's crimped into the cannule. It's about halfway into the cannule. And that represents a good solid crimp, and that completes the loading of the 458 Lott. And we'll see if we can put a little clip in showing the 458 Lott in action.
458 Lott, 30 carbine. Size matters. Okay.
200. Body.
I'm shooting body 200. Jesus Christ. And action. 3 inches off of red. So you're down here. That's 3 inches. So,
Okay, no, it's still got to go up. We're pretty consistent. Because I've been consistently low.
yeah, this one is closer than this one.